Namaskar. Between 1996 and 1999, the three prime ministers now began a period of quick change of governments. The period 1996 to 1999 saw three prime ministers at the helm. The BJP won its largest tally so far in the 1996 election, but even with its allies, it was far from the simple majority required to form a government on its own. The National Front emerged as a contender with the agenda of replacing the Congress or the BJP. The elections also for the first time showed the strength of regional and state parties. Vajpayee's short-lived term as a prime minister, as it was the largest party in the Lok Sabha, the BJP was called by President Shankar Dayal Sharma to try and form a government. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, was elected the new Prime Minister of India, replacing P.V. Narasimha Rao of the Indian National Congress in May 1996. However, the party just found no allies to support it, and Vajpayee resigned after just 13 days later, rather than lose a confidence vote in the House. The Congress, as the second largest party, declined the invitation to form a government. United Front government. Deve Gowda and I.K. Gujral in the end of the United Front. In the end, the United Front, composed of some 13 parties, including the National Front, Tamil Maanila Congress, the DMK, and Assam Gana Parishad, and led by Deve Gowda, formed the government with outside support extended by the Congress Party. The Communists later joined the government. The government, however, fell in April 1997 when the Congress Party withdrew its support. During its short tenure, the government signed a agreement on confidence-building measures with China and the Ganga Water Accord with Bangladesh. The government maintained its refusal to sign the comprehensive test ban treaty. The government, however, fell in April 1997 when the Congress Party withdrew its support. A compromise was reached so as to avoid elections. The Congress agreed to support a government led by a new leader. The United Front elected I.K. Gujral as the new leader, and he was sworn in as Prime Minister on April 21, 1997. I.K. Gujral is best known for what has come to be known as the Gujral Doctrine. This was a policy which sought friendship on the basis of sovereign equality and non-interference with the neighboring countries of India. Its aim was to create an important atmosphere of peace in South Asia. It enunciated five principles with the neighbors like Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Maldives, and Sri Lanka. India does not ask for reciprocity, but gives all that it can in good faith and trust. No good Asian country will allow its territory to be used against the interests of another country of the region. None will interfere in the internal affairs of another. All South Asian countries must respect each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty. All South Asian countries will settle all their disputes through peaceful bilateral negotiations. Though theoretically praiseworthy, critics have pointed out that it may not work very well to believe in the inherent goodwill of openly hostile neighbors. Gujral managed to maintain good relations with the Congress, which supported his government from outside. Trouble when it came from within his party. The government of Bihar gave the Central Bureau of Investigation the permission to take up a corruption case against the Chief Minister of the state, Lalu Prasad Yadav, in the matter of the purchase of fodder. View what has come to be called the fodder scam. Yadav refused to resign in the face of demands from within and outside the United Front. Gujral personally told him to resign. In the end, Lalu Yadav left the party and formed his own party, the Rashtriya Janata Dal, in July 1997. However, as the new party extended its support to the United Front, the government did not fall. The Gujral government took a controversial decision when it recommended to the president that president's rule be imposed in Uttar Pradesh, which was then under Kalyan Singh of the BJP. When violence smeared and the Assembly President K.R. Narayan sent it back to the government for reconsideration. A decision by the Allahabad High Court also went against the idea of president's rule in Uttar Pradesh. Then the Jain Commission, which had inquired into the conspiracy aspects of the Rajiv Gandhi assassination, submitted its report to the government. The government finally tabled the report in Parliament in November. The report criticized the DMK for tactically supporting the Tamil militants accused in assassination of Rajiv Gandhi. This created uproar in The House and the Congress demanded that the Prime Minister dismiss the DMK ministers from his government. Gujarat refused, and the Congress party finally withdrew support from the government. On November 28, 1997, Gujarat resigned as a result, though sorry. Guj- Gujral resigned as a result, though he continued to be caretaker prime minister till the next government took over. General elections, fresh elections were held in February-March 1998. Sonia Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi's widow, entered the political fray and campaigned for the Congress. It was the fourth time since 1989 when parliamentary elections yielded a huge house, indicating that the era of coalitions had become established. The BJP once again came ahead of the other parties, though without a majority of its own this time around. However, the BJP had formed an alliance with regional parties from Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, now Odisha, and West Bengal. This enabled it to increase its tally of seats, besides attracting new post-poll allies. India years March 1998 to October 1999. After the elections of 1998, the BJP joined up with several regional parties to stake its chance to form the government. This group became known as the National Democratic Alliance (NDA). Atal Bihari Vajpayee of the BJP was chosen to lead the NDA, and in March 1998 he was sworn in as Prime Minister for the second time. The NDA proved its majority in the Lok Sabha. The government lasted till April 1999 when the AIA-DMK The government lasted till April 1990 when the AIMK withdrew from the NDA in a dramatic non-confidence motion in the Lok Sabha on April 17, 1999. The government lost by a single vote. This loss is generally attributed to the vote of Giridhar Gamang, who, despite having been Chief Minister of Orissa for a couple of months, had not yet resigned from the Lok Sabha, so was technically still an MP. With the opposition not able to come up with an alternative to form the new government, the Lok Sabha was dissolved by President K.R. Narayanan, and the fresh elections were held in September. Sorry. With the opposition not able to come up with an alternative to form the new government, the Lok Sabha was dissolved by President K.R. Narayanan, and fresh elections were held in September-October 1999. Vajpayee remained caretaker prime minister till the elections. In the meanwhile, Sardar Pawar and some leaders left the Congress when the party chose Sonia Gandhi as its head. The few months of the few months the Vajpayee government was in power were marked by some notable events. Pokhran Second Operation Shakti. In May 1999, a series of 5 nuclear explosions were conducted by India at the Indian Army's Pokhran Test Range. This was the second time, the first time being in 1974, that such devices were being tested. Termed Operation Shakti, it involved the underground detonation of a regular fusion devices as well as a sub-kiloton device. Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee convened a press conference to declare India a full-fledged nuclear state. The main scientists involved were APJ Abdul Kalam, a future President of India, who was a scientific advisor to the Prime Minister and head of the Defence Research and Development Organization, and R. Chidambaram, who was the Director of the Department of Atomic Energy. May 11 incidentally is celebrated as National Technology Day. The world, especially the US, was shocked as the detonations were conducted with utmost secrecy. The relations between the US and India plunged to an all-time low. The US implemented the Glenn Amendment for the first time. Newer sanctions were imposed, and at one point it looked that relations would never recover. Pakistan reacted with its own nuclear tests. Chagai 1 and 2 Chagai 1 and 2 also in May 1999, as if it were responding in sorry Pakistan reacted with its own nuclear tests. Chagai 1 and Chagai 2 Chagai 1 and Chagai 2 also in May 1998, as if it were responding in kind to India. In June, the UN Security Council adopted a resolution condemning the India and Pakistani tests. The Lahore Summit in late 1998 and early 1999, Vajpayee worked towards a diplomatic peace process with Pakistan. Sorry. Pakistan reacted with its own nuclear tests, Chagai 1 and 2, also in May 1998, as if it were responding in kind to India. In June, the UN Security Council adopted a resolution condemning the Indian and Pakistani tests. The Lahore Summit in late 1998 and early 1999, Vajpayee worked towards a diplomatic peace process with Pakistan. The Delhi-Lahore bus service was inaugurated in February 1999. And Prime Minister Vajpayee travelled to Lahore by the bus. An attempt was made by Vajpayee now to begin a new peace process between India and Pakistan, so as to permanently resolve the Kashmir dispute and other conflicts. At a summit at Lahore in February 1999, Prime Minister Vajpayee of India and Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif of Pakistan signed the Lahore Declaration espousing a commitment to dialogue, expansion of trade relations and mutual friendship, undertaking to refrain from intervention and interference in each other's internal affairs, and expressing a commitment to take immediate steps for reducing the risk of accidental or unauthorized use of nuclear weapons, and discussed concepts and doctrines with a view to elaborating measures for confidence building in the nuclear and conventional fields, aiming at prevention of conflict, reaffirming their condemnation of terrorism in all its forms and manifestations, and their determination to combat this menace and protect all human rights and fundamental freedoms. Kargil War. The bonhomie of the bus and the summit at Lahore did not last very long. Barely 3 months after the summit, it was found that a steady infiltration was taking place into the Kashmir Valley by armed militants and Pakistani soldiers, and these intruders had got control of hilltops at the border and unmanned border posts. Came out that the that it came out later that the incursion was planned by the military of Pakistan, which was under General Pervez Musharraf, and the civilian Prime Minister was only told after the plan was underway. The Kargil district was the main center of this incursion. The Indian Army first came to know of the incursion from a group of shepherds in May 1999. Swift action was taken to counter the Pakistani infiltration. Both Army and the Air Force, with its operation called Shafed Sagar, were coordinated in their action, but the military was told clearly that they were not to cross the line of control. Operation Vijay was successful, and the peaks taken over by the Pakistanis recaptured. The vantage points included Tiger Hill in the Dras sector. These points were crucial as they overlooked the Srinagar-Leh highway, which the Pakistanis aimed at occupying, and so cutting off this only all-weather road link between the two towns. In June, Nawaz Sharif of Pakistan is reported to have asked the US to intervene, but the then US President Bill Clinton declined to do so until Pakistani troops were withdrawn from the line of control. Nawaz Sharif ordered the operation of the Pakistanis to stop. By July 2006, the war was over with India victorious. The Indians fought a fierce battle in cold and treacherous terrain, and over 500 of the soldiers were killed. The Kargil victory boosted the image of Vajpayee as a decisive and sensible leader, and also enthused the public with patriotic feelings. Dhanyavad. Thank you so much.